Thank you so much, everyone. It's been an amazing session, and I'm so glad to be here with you all today. I want us to make this what? Wow. Thank you to the organizers that put all of this together. I'm eternally grateful. I just need you to take a very deep breath because by the end of this today, you will be excited. My name again is Grace Offrey. Like they said, they will always say, coach of coaches, a renowned global speaker, a real estate guru, and most importantly, teaching many nations and industries how to create wealth, sustain, and transfer. I'm happy to be here today with you. So let's quickly do this exercise as we go into this wonderful time together. A very deep breath in, out. We're going to do it 3 times. In again, out. And the very last time, in, this time, deep. I feel so refreshed, If you've never heard of me before, I am one lady that came into Lagos like a decade and a half ago, rejected for NYC, jobless, no house, no I. And I just sometimes think, how did I become this successful from the position of lack? When you mean lack, hawking the fairly used on the streets of Lagos to being super, super abundance. That just shows the power of resilience. And with everyone seated here today, if only you just give me some attention, I tell you, you will never forget this training. Let's quickly go into real estate, women. So today we're going to be talking about advancing real estate investment as a woman, breaking the barriers and advancing. I like the word advancing because I just like to make progress. That's what it means. But then as a woman, sometimes we are, a lot happens to us because we are women. It has happened to me, and that is why I can tell you that a woman has an advantage. And do you know why? A woman was created with 9 different senses. A woman can do 9 things comfortably, and men, they like to concentrate on one thing. So let's look at what we can do with barriers. I'm not saying today that there are no barriers. Having been in poverty, going into real estate, I know my journey. Yes, most of the things that I put down here are actually the barriers. When I know the problem in anything, it gives me the ability to fly. You know why? Problems only come to those that can solve it. And if you have those problems, it obviously means that you have the capacity to solve the problem. If Grace Offrey could move from the end of Agege to the entire world, you can. One of the major problems is women lack financial capital when it comes to investing in real estate. Real estate is not a cheap game, but there are ways to navigate. One of the ways I don't teach what I have not done, I don't talk to people of what I'm not good at, is forming investment clubs with the right kind of people. My first real estate investment was a group of people coming together to buy. And today, if I tell you what we buy together, you will scream. Number 2 is limited knowledge. Knowledge is not cheap, but the most important thing that is very key is not knowledge to know, but knowledge for mastery. For you to break the barriers when it comes to real estate investing, you must master the game. Many women lack even the importance of what real estate is, where real estate is, what they can do with real estate. And the games are changing. You need the knowledge, you need the expertise. Even if you don't play in the business aspect, you still need the knowledge to play as a good investor. Some 6 years ago, a lady walked up to me in Dubai. We're in a conference and says, Grace, you have conquered Nigeria. I have some money. I don't want to put it in the Nigerian market. I want to go to Dubai. And now we're in Dubai. Can you just help me buy? I said, you know what? If I know how to fail, I will fail when I lack knowledge. I know nothing about Dubai. I'm not going to take your money just because you're going to pay me some percentage. Money is the cheapest thing to make, and so money doesn't rule me. Value does. And today, I have a bit of regret. She put that money in London, and every day she tells me that the market was bad. But then I saw somebody else like 2 weeks when second person asked me of Dubai. I went for what? Knowledge, understanding the market, and guess what? I became another guru in Dubai. Cultural expectation. Many women are discouraged because they look at what people will say. You are a woman, you need to marry, you need to have a husband, you need to take care of your children. Yes, I totally agree. And why would I say I totally agree? What you do with this normal will make you either normal or abnormal for success. And if you are abnormal for the sake of being successful, then you will now have what I call she money. So, what do you need here? You need the right support system. One of my staff reminded me some few weeks ago. He said, I remember when Madam said, I will never cook again. And I'll tell you what I did. I told my husband, why do you always take me to good restaurants? He said, because I enjoy it, the food, the type of food, the way we are served. I said, do you know you can live like that every day? He said, how? I said, because I'm not the best cook. Can we get a chef? I will pay. And your table will be set like a king that you are. You know why? He agreed. I was paying. Don't think that you are the best cook because you cannot pay for a good chef. Things have changed. What men truly need now is value. Value, value, value. There are cultural norms. What are the things you can do to combat it with for your success? The limited network. This is where I have a different perspective. Your limited network can be few if your contribution is few. So, as a woman, the best way to approach this is to become so valuable that you are not neglected. There is no way that anybody would neglect me in 2025 because I have values. And when I bring my value to the table, it makes you richer. That's why I was called a money farmer. So, fewer connections means fewer investment opportunities. But most importantly, few ideas, when you have few in value, would make you have fewer opportunities. Many people like to network, and at the end of the day, they don't gain anything from the network because they don't have values. So for me, I would say limited network because of lack of value. Increase your value, and also it will increase your network. Then women are too afraid. A lot of times, why do people say do it afraid? I say there is no fear. It's just a process. I don't feel the process might not go wrong. I'll go the other way. The reason why I said you should stop using fear and use process is because when you use fear, your mind plays the game of withdrawal. When you use process, your mind allows you to move on. So process for financial losses will prevent action. So know that it is a process and every opportunity has a kind of risk, but you can, if you have solutions like access to mentorship. A lot of people will say access to loans, not grace of free. I owe nobody, I've never taken a loan, and I'm very wealthy. Access to other people's money as a woman comes with expertise and integrity. And with a good mentor and a coach, you become an expert and you have integrity. Depends on who your coach is. So, government and private support. How do you get grants as female investors? You look for an expert to tell you that I'm not an expert in that, but it can also help. Where I am a guru is how you can use financial literacy to boost your confidence for financial freedom is a key to stopping that barrier. With financial literacy, you are wealthy. I recently had a one day mentorship program with a group of people, and I was amazed what it did when I left. At least I'm sure that each and every one of them actually 10x their income. I'll talk about increasing women access in real estate. What are my strategy? Number one strategy is education. Education. I cannot overemphasize the importance of financial education and building community like the one we have right now. Women must be focused in investing, mentorship program, coaching programs with those that have gone and succeeded, not talkers, but doers. You should have the opportunity of how to measure true success by asking a lot of questions. The next thing is accessing information. Like a lot of people sometimes stop me on the way and said, Grace, I want to learn from you. And I tell people that 30 minutes with Grace every day will drive out poverty and you will know how to be a good real estate investor. And 30 minutes from Grace every day is simple. Just go to Grace of Grace Zone, my YouTube channel. The wealth of resources that is there is enough to start a school, even if I have a wealth creation academy. But there is so much resources there, even if you don't want to pay a dime. And everywhere. The difference between mine is that these are true life story of true life strategy I have put in place to be where I am today. Then this is what women don't like to do because women, I'm sorry to say, but a lot of women envy themselves. I'll go back to my story of how I became this Grace Ofure. I saw a phone with my friend when I was selling used clothes on the streets of Lagos. Actually, when I saw her, I quickly hid my bag. These stash things you carry and stunk clothes inside. When you get to the offices, you bring it out and start showing people. The moment I saw that my friend went to university together, I just quickly shocking it. Just kept it in one corner. But I still greeted her, and what attracted me was her phone. One of the things I do very well is when a new phone come out, I buy it. Because it was actually phone that led me to success. There was one thing I did that women don't do. I asked her, how did you become wealthy? Because I never thought that she did something different, or she was a prostitute, or she was a thief, or she followed a politician. Do you know that question opened an opportunity for me? We run away from collaborations, and that is one major thing that doesn't help. So let's talk about um, collaborations. Let's talk about um, uh, networking. Let's talk about um, partnership. Do you know that partnership, like joint venture, financial entry barriers, can actually lead to a big door of opportunity opening up for you because you are open up for partnership. My first three projects were joint venture projects. And so what did I do? I got the land, I got other people's money, and I did development and I made money. You think it's simple? No. It's not simple as you think. It was because I had trained myself to handle projects without money. What are the major roles that can make you highly effective in owning real estate or selling real estate or owning a real estate company, whether it's an investment or a development company? Number one is the role of education, financial literacy, workshops, online courses, educating yourself. It's so key. Then service, hands-on experience, internship, apprenticeship. I have a program I call the apprenticeship success for real estate. You know, I did apprenticeship for 15 years. It's a whole world of learning. And what did I do? What they didn't have is what I added, which was education that made me become so successful in a short time. Mentorship. A lot of people say mentorship. Mentorship cannot really give you the kind of value. Coaching will do better because real estate needs a lot of education. Coaching is different from mentorship because coaching takes you by the hand, shows you the process, follow you with the process till you get to your final bus stop. So women need to accelerate, innovate, initiate to accelerate their finances. Number three, initiative that will accelerate women's participation in these programs are programs like this, women focused programs. Another thing is seminars, sponsorship of seminars for women, workshops, so they can have training sessions. Associations should learn to pay for women to take trainings in where they lack the expertise. Focused investment funds, or I would better say, join a renowned investment club. Yes, so we can put our monies together. What my 100 million cannot do because the project is a billion. If 10 of us with 100 million come together, we will make what we couldn't have made looking at real estate as a high ticket game. Real estate accelerator programs where mentorship, access to phone, access to trainings can be. Online and virtual platforms to learn. I just talked about my YouTube. I also have an academy called called the Wealth Creation Academy, where you could learn for a year, do your internship, apprenticeship, and become the success. Success is measured at each level. You must know how to measure your success. Growth in female participation of real estate is what I am for. And that is why I was very excited to join you today. More women in the real estate, the better economy we will have because women are very detailed. Women should also learn to engage in diverse projects, both local and international. Right now, I'm playing so big in the real estate Dubai market. And I tell you, if not that I went there to invest for myself, now I take my investor there. I never knew that Dubai investment was this profitable. But many have lost their money because they lack the know-how. So mentorship is important. For me, coaching is my best bet. Get a coach for where you need one. Women right now are ready to guide. And so get the guidance that you need. Always be willing to get your support system in place. Never say never. Wealth is possible. Real estate investment is possible if you are willing to do all that it takes to be a success. Financial independence without accumulation of wealth and sustaining of wealth through real estate, I do not also guarantee financial freedom. And most importantly, be a giver. If there's anything that I know how to do very well, is to give. And to end this today, I have something for the first. I, I pray that it goes round a free training and you can scan this QR code for a free training that is worth in my academy $250. But because you are here today, just to celebrate your beauty, celebrate how dogged, how ready you are to learn, I want to give you this training for free. Once again, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this. Go ahead and scan, and I'll see you as a strong woman ready to take up your game. Thank you, and I love you. God bless you.